I've been wanting to try Hungryroot for a while. I was intrigued by the concept and I'm finally doing it, and I'm gonna let you know how I liked it and whether it would be good for you. Okay, if you are not familiar with Hungryroot, basically it's a mix and match type deal. It's a meal subscription, except instead of getting a full meal with all the ingredients where you prep it and the instructions and such, you get things that you can mix and match. And I'll explain that more when I show you what I got. But I've always been intrigued by it, and so I decided to try it and let's see how it goes. And I had some initial judgments, I'll be real, like some assumptions that were totally wrong. So keep watching to the end to find out what I was wrong about. Alrighty, my Hungryroot box has arrived. And I'm gonna give you my first honest, real, in the moment impressions. I'm a little concerned. My first concerns are, is it worth it? Obviously, always I ask that question, but you know, they say this one is the small box. It has 11 items and it's supposed to be good for an individual, supposedly over the course of a week. But some of the reviews I've looked at said that it basically equates to 3 meals, 2 servings each, so 6 meals. So some of them are individual items, some of them are mix and match. My second concern is, do they really mix and match as easily as they promote that they do? I customized my box because I wanted to pick what went in it instead of, you know, obviously if they send me whatever they think the stuff's going to go together. So I'm curious how complimentary it is. So let's dive in. All right. So I was thinking about this today, and I was thinking for some reason, oh, this stuff is probably non-perishable because it's vegan. Yeah, right. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, so we've got some cool marketing stuff going on here. Happy bellies. You see, it says extra time in your day, and for the most part, I don't even know. Like, I'll let you know. I think some of it you have to cook. I think some of it you don't. Some of it's pre-mixed meals. Some of it's like, and this is, and you won't find any of these. So like from a marketing perspective, if you only, like if you read this side first, I mean, most people like read left or right, but like I've actually heard that that's changing because mobile people are used to reading all over the place and up and down. So if you read this first and you just see trans fats, additives, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I hope your eyes go in the right direction first. Otherwise that could be bad. Okay, so I got like a manifest thing here. So the box comes with 11 items, and this is the smallest box. I had a discount, so it was like $55 with the introductory discount. And what I'm really curious, you know, normally it's, I think, 70 a week. So 70 a week, if that covered all your food, right? If you could stretch that over the whole week, that might not be that bad. Because honestly, I set a budget for myself at the grocery store and I always end up buying way more stuff. So 70 a week wouldn't be bad, right? But let's see. I'm just really curious how far this is going to stretch, so we're going to figure it out. But let's see what I got. So this is broccoli rice. It looks like a fairly small package. It's I don't freaking know. Sorry guys. 16 ounces. So I guess, you know, it's a pound, like, and broccoli is really dense, so it's probably pretty filling. These are plantain linguine, which I was so curious about these because if they're sweet, I'm probably gonna hate them. But if not, you know, we'll find out. Gluten-free is a big thing for a lot of people, so that might be good. The Super Blend salad. Sorry, first impression, it looks kind of sad to me. Like, it just looks like any salad blend you could get at the grocery store. I could be totally wrong. I could open it and eat it and say it's bomb.com, but don't really know. Shaved Brussels. This was me branching out because I have not been a huge fan of Brussels sprouts, and I'll be interesting to see what the advice they provide on how to cook them or what to combine them with is. Garlic parm. It's a dairy-free sauce. This is actually a pretty decent. I'm a huge sauce and condiment person if you've looked at any of my recipes or any of my other reviews, so I'm glad it's not a teeny tiny little wussy thing. The second sauce I got was this green chili sauce, which yum.com, right? It looks like kind of just salsa though, so I'll let you know about that later. And this banana bread overnight oats looks really, really unimpressive. Like, it almost makes me kind of sad because it's really sad looking, but I hope it's awesome. Like, let's see what's in this. Oats, banana, walnuts, maple sugar. Yeah, that to me feels like something that was very, very much on the overpriced side. It's probably delicious, but you know, I could probably make that or buy that for a much cheaper cost. Now this is tiny. This makes me kind of sad. It's so tiny. Braised lemongrass tofu nuggets. Okay, so I'm trying to remember. I think a regular pack of tofu is like 12 ounces, which means I normally get like 4 servings out of it. So I would hope this is only 5, that it was at least 6. So this is barely 2 servings. So it's really sad. I hope that it's tasty. I really made an effort to try to add a lot of high protein things to, man, I gotta get this weight loss off, right? I mean, get this weight loss, continue to get this weight off. Oh my God, this one is, what is this? Okay, I'm sorry guys, but this one compared to what it was advertised is so disappointing to me. First of all, look at that. This whole damn thing is only 230 calories. Like, how is someone not gonna be hungry after that? Ginger tahini Yuba noodles. This was one of those that they promoted as, you can just eat it as is and you don't need to combine it with anything else. And it's supposed to be these magically delicious noodles, but look, it's all like mashed together. I mean, maybe it's just the package is blocking it, but I can't even see the noodles in there. And it's super tiny and clearly not going to be filling at all. Next up, we got this savory spiced tofu bites. See, this one's 8 ounces. Like, that one's a little more substantial and I'm a little happier with that. It looks gross. It looks nasty. But you know what? I think meat looks nasty and most people are happy with that. So that, I think, that might be a winner. What else we got? We've got this whole wheat sprouted flatbread. It is a 3 count, so that's good. Like, I could use that as a base for like 3 meals with the super salad and the broccoli and whatnot. You know, I'm really curious to see how I'm going to combine these and how I'm going to stretch this out, or if I'm just going to have to, you know, not make that many meals out of it in order to be full. So that's going to be super interesting. So at the bottom, it does have an ice pack to keep it nice and cold. It was on my porch for several hours because I got the notification earlier that it had been delivered. I'm looking here for, there's supposed to be like a welcome booklet, like with recipes and stuff. I'm not seeing it, so let me dig a little bit more and see if I find it. Okay, it was under this, right? So like this whole thing, hold on. This whole thing was in here like this, and then it had the ice pack and all the food and whatnot. And the instruction booklet, welcome booklet, was underneath. That doesn't seem like very good planning. Like, it easily could have been wet or ruined or whatever. It's not, but not great planning, peeps. Anyway, I'm going to read this book and do some research, see how I'm going to combine these things, and then I'm going to do it, and I'm going to see how this all goes and give you the full review. It may, I may eat it all in 3 days. I may make it last a week. We will find out. Hey everybody, it's Saturday morning. About to try my first thing from Hungryroot, which is the banana bread overnight oats. It is about 290 calories, which is for me perfect because I'm not a huge breakfast eater. Add half a cup of cold or hot water or milk of choice. So I'm probably going to throw some unsweet soy milk in here to add some extra protein. And I'll let you know if it's any good. So it said cold or hot water, like either way, and I probably should have gone with hot because I used cold milk and it doesn't look, doesn't really look done. Like, and I wonder, like, why am I not cooking this? But hey. I need to learn to take smaller bites when I do these taste tests, because then I end up talking with my food in my mouth and you guys are probably like, what the hell? So it tastes really good, but it tastes really sweet, like really sweet. So let's check this shit out. 10 grams of sugar. I mean, that's really not that bad. I thought it tastes like it has way more. So there's some nuts, some bananas, some other jazz in there, raisins, I think. Hold on. Oats, banana, walnuts, maple sugar, sea salt. Nope. No raisins. I don't know where I got that from. Anyway, I think it tastes really good, but I don't know that it's worth, you know, if you break down 11 items by $70, it's like $7. So this one I would not say is worth the money, but if you're really lazy and don't care about money, good choice, good option for you. Okay, so it's, whoa! Okay, you guys. Secret, say hi to Sushi. It's 11 o'clock on Sunday morning, and I just got out of the shower, as you can see, and I spent the morning cleaning carpets and stuff, and so I'm really hungry. Let me tell you what this is about. So I do stencils to pluck my brows, so I put a really dark powder on so I can see the contrast, and apparently it didn't all come out in the shower, so I look a little freak show. Sorry about that. Anyway, so as a snack, I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna try these ginger Yuba noodles and see if they're any good. They're only 230 calories, so I figured they'd make a good snack. And I'm just really curious what they look like when you actually cook them up and what they taste like. So we're gonna check it out. So you'll see here it says ready to eat, but I thought that was really weird. I mean, they're noodles, and since I'm at home, I guess if I was at work, I could, you know, microwave them, or I could eat them cold. I'd prefer to try them warm, and the recommended is to warm them up in a lightly oiled skillet, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Guys, I broke the thing on the olive oil. What the hell? Ah! And I made it worse. Oh, this sucks. Notice all the problems I'm having have to do with self-imposed issues, not Hungryroot. So I'm trying to dig this out with a knife now, which is really probably a bad idea. Well, it worked. So lightly oiled means whatever to whoever, but this is what we're gonna do. Just a little bit. Turn this on, and apparently you cook them for 5 to 7 minutes. Oh yeah, they look gross. Hopefully they taste way better than they look. As you can see, it looks a lot better cooked up, and it actually looks a little more substantial than I thought maybe it would be. You want to pay close attention because it does, as you can see that? It starts to stick to the bottom of the pan. So we are going to go ahead and bowl this up and see how it is. So this is what it looks like, all done and ready to go. And let's just go ahead and take a taste. Woo, it's hot. It's a little weird. It's kind of like rubbery. They definitely don't taste like real noodles. I mean, definitely taste a little more like tofu. It almost tastes like they're trying to mimic a chicken texture or something. And it's not as flavorful as I thought it would be. It's not as creamy. Maybe if you want it to be creamier, you'd want to keep it cold. I don't know. I expected it to be a lot more flavorful. I might add some salt or something to it because I'm really kind of disappointed by this one. Okay, so I only got one recipe with the box, which is the stir fry. And it's the super blend salad, the spicy savory tofu bites, and the Hungryroot green chili. This kind of, the instructions tell you how to make a flatbread, how to make a pasta, how to make a salad, etc., etc. And what I'm finding is the way I planned it, or the things I picked, is going to leave me, I think, with an extra bag of shaved Brussels sprouts, because I only have tofu for this meal and this meal, and then this will be a flatbread.
I don't know. I'll let you know how it all turns out.
Okay guys, here's our conclusion. I was pretty wrong. I'm not gonna lie. I first of all thought the food would be really bland and pretty gross, like, because I kind of assume that about vegan food a lot of times. Sorry. I know. Well, it's like people assume that because I'm a vegetarian, the stuff I eat is gross, and then they see what I eat and they're like, that looks really great. And I'm like, yeah, what do you think I eat? Like tofu, raw, like what do you think I eat? Anyway, so first misconception was the taste, right? Almost everything was pretty good. There were a couple things that I was not a big fan of, but mostly everything was pretty good. I would eat almost all of it again. The longevity of it was good. This wasn't something that I doubted, but something I wondered about. So I got the box on Wednesday and I wasn't able to cook all of it until Sunday, and everything kept really well, everything reheated really well, and so I didn't have to worry about like cooking it up the minute it got home. And so the next thing is cooking. You actually don't have to. Like if you're not a cook, if you're lazy AF and you just don't wanna, you don't have to. Like you could eat the broccoli rice without cooking it. You can just eat it like that. No big deal. I happen to be somebody who really likes my stuff cooked. And then the other thing is you don't have to chop anything, which is, again, the lazy factor. Like, if you enjoy that convenience, which I typically don't because I'm stubborn, I'm like, no, I'm not paying more for that. I'm gonna cut it up myself. But if that's your deal, it was pretty cool to just like open the bag and like go with it, and you didn't really have to worry about cutting up anything. It was great for meal prep because everything was so simple. You know, if you wanted to cook up the broccoli, I did this actually. The broccoli I cooked up, and then the sauce and the flatbread I had toasted, I just took those three things to work and like put them together to work, and everything was all good. So meal prep wise, it's super, super easy. And even the meals, it's literally throwing some stuff in a pan, like, and then you can take that to work later if you want to. It's really not complicated, and it's really great for meal prep. Okay, so the final thing, which I was pretty vocal about at the beginning, was, is it worth the price? And I was almost convinced, I had pretty much convinced myself that it wasn't. I was like, this is too expensive, this is stupid, why would I do this, you know? It turns out I was pretty wrong. I had a discount price, but if I paid the full price, it came down to less than like $7 a meal. Because they made huge meals. Like each of the things I was able to break into 3 meals. I ended up with 11 meals total with all the things I made. And over the course of a week, let's say you only bought that and then supplemented with, you know, if you ate out a couple times. Now, let's go back to, I'm not a big breakfast person, right? So let's say I ate a protein shake or a protein bar every day for breakfast, and then those 11 meals, and maybe eat out once or twice, I'd be good. Does that math add up? I don't know, does that math add up at all? Let's see, 21 meals. Okay, if you take it down to 14 with just lunch, yes, that math adds up. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so yeah, I would totally order it again. I actually am probably gonna order it again because the green chili sauce was bomb. And I really want to try the coconut curry sauce and the Thai peanut sauce. I'm huge, like, it's stupid, you guys. You should see how many salad dressings and how many condiments I have in my fridge. I'm obsessed. I could just eat condiments all day and like not have actual real food. It's kind of sad. Anyway, there's my Hungryroot review. Let me know if you had any other questions that I didn't cover about it in my review. And let me know if there's any other foods, any meal plans, anything like that you want me to cover. Thanks for coming to Veggie Every Day. Subscribe below to get future content. And I'm so glad to have you here.